What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to talk about AMC, GME as well as the broader market. So AMC was down for 2.83% for the day. It had a high of $18.07. The average volume on AMC is around 56.83 million, but today's volume was around 26.29 million. The volume is definitely going down and it's staying low, but the kind of crazy market we are in right now, this is just unbelievable. Now when we come over to the GME, it was down for 4.90%. It had a high of $153.12. The average volume on GME is around 4.77 million, but today's volume was around 1.68 million. Now it is very clear that the GME is definitely holding far more better as compared to AMC. Now the kind of downtrend we experienced in the overall broader market, it was extremely volatile. We know what happened with Tesla this morning. It was almost up over 10. But as soon as the market opened, it started going down. It almost lost 8% of its value within the trading day after having an extremely bullish quarter that came out from Tesla yesterday. The earning was a beat and it was a smash hit. Still, the stock went down 8% intraday. It ended up 3.23% up for the day. Overall, broader market was not behaving in such a manner which was tradable. Now, when we come over to the SPY and see what happened today with this SPY, it was down for 1.50% for the day. It had a high of $450.01. So you can imagine from the starting of the morning till the end of the day, the market is almost down over 2 to 3%. That's a lot of move that coming into the SPY. It's extremely highly volatile. These kinds of move in the overall broader market is not a good thing for the near future. Now, why this kind of a big momentum came into the SPY? Because Jerome Powell was speaking today and he says a 50 basis point might be considered in the May meeting, which sent the overall broader market into the downtrend. And this kind of a volatile downtrend is extreme level. There were majority of the stocks which got beaten down really badly. Now we have some major tech earnings next week. We have Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Now these are the backbone of the stock market. If something negative came out of these companies, the overall broader market is going to tank real badly because nothing seems to be right now. We have the war, we have the extreme levels of inflation right now, we still have the COVID out there. There is nothing which is coming into the sentiment towards the stock market. We need a stronger economy. So the next week is going to be big. It's going to decide quite a lot regarding what the overall market is going to head from here onwards. We just have to wait for next week and see what are going to be the earnings for these big tech companies. Now let's come over to the options flow for the AMC. Now I've increased the premium to max and I can see it very clearly. Majority of the whales are just buying put options. There were a few huge contract buying that was happening today in AMC. This was his $15 put that's going to expire in 84 days, and he's buying 1,489 contracts and he's paying $351,000 for it. There was this $22 call option that's going to expire in 56 days. He's buying 2,000 contracts and he's paying $328,000 for it. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the retail is doing, now majority of the retail is onto the downside. The premium is high on the put side. The volume is slight bit higher on the call side, but the put ratio is definitely higher than the call side. But there was still a lot of call buying that is actually happening in AMC. These investors are not at all scared in buying leaps, but there was still a lot of put option flow that was coming into the stock today. But there was nothing majorly suspicious that was coming out of the options flow. Now let's come over to the option flow for the GME. Now I have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Majority of them are onto the downside. They are all betting that the GME is going to go down from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, majority of them are onto the downside. As we can see, the premium are extremely high on the put side. The volume is extremely high onto the put side. Now when I look at the options flow, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow. It seems to be like regular trades that were happening, but majority of them are onto the downside. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now SPY played a pretty big significant move in the market today. It went from 450 to 438 just after the Jerome Powell meeting got started. Now there were a few trades which were a little bit suspicious. There was this put option that came in $385 strike price. That's going to expire in 28 days and he's paying 1.68 million for it and he's buying 30,000 contracts. There was this $400 put option that's going to expire in 28 days. He's paying 1.49 million for it and he's buying 15,000 contracts. So these people made a huge amount of money in just today itself because they bought at the price when it was 448 and it went down to 438 already. Now I've seen a lot of heavier contract buying, which definitely indicates whether the overall broader market is gonna head from here onwards. But by looking at this option flow, you never know, anything can happen. It just today Jerome Powell was speaking, that's why the stock market went down. There was nothing significant news that was coming towards the broader market. But you never know, we might have a bounce or we might have a red day. But next week is going to be crucial. We're going to have big tech earnings coming into the stock market, and where the overall broader market is going to go from here onwards. Hope so. You like my video. Please like and subscribe my channel. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.